Hello, hello. Hopefully everybody's doing well this evening. Hopefully we can hear the audio as well. There we go. There we go. I was waiting for that. So, welcome to another Helix stream. I hope everybody watching, if anybody's watching, I hope they're doing well today. So today we'll be playing a little bit of Rome Total War Remastered. Now, the audio settings might be a bit loud, so I'm just going to go ahead and muzzle that on my end, and hopefully that will mean that it's a lot better for everybody else watching as well. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to have a little shot at the campaign. See, I played this game quite a while ago when it first came out, and it was the original form of the game. Hello, JP. Welcome back. How are you? I hope you're doing well today, by the way. But as I was saying, I had played this game when it originally came out, and I played it for a while back in the mid-2000s, let's say. And I had a lot of fun playing this game, actually. So that said, it's been a long time since I've played the original. I have played Rome 2, but I did not like Rome 2 as much as Rome 1, and there have been a lot of changes going from Rome 1 to Rome 2, because there's obviously the new engine and a whole heap of other changes as a result of that. So, yeah, now we're playing the remaster of the original Rome, and they aim to introduce a lot of the original mechanics from Rome 1. So fingers crossed we can get into it and have ourselves a fun time. One thing I do like, actually, is that they've brought back all the original music. Now, if you haven't played Rome 1, you'll find that the music feels a lot more distinctive than Rome 2. And this is, I'm speaking subjectively, of course, this is just from my personal perspective, but I do feel like the music, the soundtrack in Rome 1 is better and more distinctive than in Rome 2. I feel that the issue with Rome 2's soundtrack is, I don't know, like, it lacks a certain level of soul, if you will. I'm fine. I never played Rome, so I'm curious. Okay, cool. Good to know. All right, so now we have the Imperial campaign. Thankfully, we went into the settings and enabled ourselves the ability to pick any faction, any starting faction from the beginning, because when you play through it, what actually happens is that you cannot play as a faction until you destroy them in the campaign. So initially you only start with, I think, the 3 Roman factions. You start with the Egyptians, the Seleucids, the Macedonians, and the Carthaginians. And I believe all of the other factions you actually have to unlock through beating them in the campaign. But since this is the remaster, they give you the option before you launch the game in order to get access to all of the factions straight away, because this is a 15-year-old game. There's no point in trying to sort of gatekeep the experience in that way. So what we have here is a list of the different factions that we have, and let's just actually go through a light rundown of all of them, since it's been a long time since the last time I've looked at the game, and since you haven't played the game before, JP, let's do a little bit of a rundown. So the first faction, the default faction, is the Roman Julii family. So what we'll note is that there are actually 3 Roman factions, and then you go through a unification arc where you have to destroy the other factions in a civil war to become the Roman faction. And this is a mechanic that was emulated in Shogun 2 and onwards, with the idea of the realm divide and the civil war mechanics and stuff like that, because this was originally a mechanic that was unique to Rome Total War. It did not make its way into medieval Total War or Empire Total War. It did come back in Shogun, and the game since then had some variant of it, the idea of the realm divide of the civil war. But it started here in Rome. This is where the mechanic was first involved, and we have 3 different Roman factions representing 3 of the strongest patrician families of classical antiquity. So the first off, we start with the Julii family. In Rome, tradition and history matter, especially the legend of a city's founding. and the Julii are a patrician family descended from the followers of Romulus. So these guys safekeep the central Italy, essentially, center to northern Italy. And you can see here, the fates have not always been kind to the Julii. Their fortunes have waxed and waned so often that other powerful factions look down on these new men, freshly arrived to wealth, power, and authority. The Julii have adjusted to the realities of power and influence and have cultivated the popularity with the common people, the plebeians. So these are a politician faction that are quite popular with the average Roman citizen. The thing is that in terms of the unit roster, it's all pretty similar and uniform between the Roman factions. It's just that the kind of missions that you get at the start, the requests, for example, tend to differ based on, you know, which family you have, and obviously your starting location and your starting enemy. One thing about the Julii faction, well, actually, all three of the Roman factions have a sort of chosen enemy at the beginning of the campaign that reflects the geographical location. So for the Julii, who are in central and northern Italy, their initial opposition is Gaul. Like they fight off against the Gauls. And so the next faction here, we have the Brutii family. And so these guys control southeast, the southeastern peninsula of Italy, and their chosen enemy are the Greeks, actually, because they have a lot of conflicts with the city-state of Epirus, which is across the Mediterranean, and that eventually puts them into conflict with the Greek and Macedonian world. So that's their favored enemies at the start of the campaign. Rome was born in blood. Its citizens trace their ancestry to Aeneas, the hero who escaped the sack of Troy. Romans are known for their tradition of violence in warfare and in politics, professions which the Brutii are intimately familiar. The Brutii have been at the heart of the Republic for centuries and can even claim the father of the Republic, Lucius Junius Brutus, who led his people in revolt, expelling the hated King Tarquin after his rape of Lucrece. Brutus had his own sons executed for plotting against him and became one of the first praetors, a position of great authority. Wow, this guy is pretty brutal, and you can see he's not a happy camper. You know, as you can say, he looks quite brutal. Right, so the last patrician family here is the Scipii family, the House of Scipii, and they have a foot base of operations in Sicily, and they take up an area towards the south of Italy. And as we can see here, I think it's kind of obvious just by the geographical location, but their chosen enemy are the Carthaginians of North Africa, and that kind of makes sense considering this is the House of Scipii. And I know that okay, so let's go back a second. So these houses weren't necessarily factions in the historic Roman Republic, so they don't necessarily reflect accurately the political situation of the Roman Republic at the time that the games were set. However, these families were chosen because of exceptional individuals from each of those families that represent, a famous point in Roman history where someone from their family was incredibly relevant. So we have Julius Caesar for the Julii. We have Brutus for, I forget his name, the one that stabbed Caesar, for the House of Brutii, and Publius Scipio, the general who defeated Hannibal Barca, for the House of Scipii. So that's why we have these three factions of families, not necessarily because they reflect what the factions were at the time, but because they are the patrician houses of extremely famous Romans who made their mark on history. And we can see here, true to history, the Scipii family are going to be focusing most of their energy on the Carthaginians to start off any campaign. So now that we've taken a look at the Romans, let's take a look at some of the other factions here, because we have a lot of other factions to go with. So first off, we start with the Roman-oriented factions, and then next we go with the Macedonian-oriented factions, or the Greek factions, you can say culturally. So we start off with the Macedonians. Now, I understand why this has been done. So Creative Assembly, who are the developers, have decided to put, you know, what they feel the audience would be interested in terms of, like, you know, what's most relevant in history. So you start off with the Roman factions, and then you start off with the Greek factions, because there's, you know, the relevance to Alexander and all of that. And then a lot of the other factions, quote unquote, minor factions, historically, down towards the bottom, except for the Greek states who are just randomly there. So let's start with the Macedonians, which is the kingdom in northern Greece that essentially represent the heartland and homeland of Alexander the Great. So Alexander the Great created the largest empire the world had ever seen to that time. After his death, his generals, the Diadochi, fought each other for a prize that none could claim, and the empire splintered. Macedonia, Alexander's homeland, is now ruled by the descendants of his trusted general Antigonus the One-Eyed, and has the potential to be a formidable power once more. The Antigonid dynasty commands the respect of its people and has a strong military tradition. With all of the Macedonian successor states, they tend to have a gameplay style focusing heavily on the phalanx infantry, supplemented by heavy cavalry. So I didn't really go over what the Romans had, and we can see here the game gives us a nice tooltip with a kind of explainer about what kind of units they have. So highly trained infantry and supporting auxiliary troops, but limited cavalry, which is largely how the Romans themselves operated. Yeah, they did not have huge cavalry forces. They had cavalry, but a lot of the cavalry forces that the Romans used, especially once they became an empire, were reliant on auxiliary forces. So cavalry forces of their allies and conquered territories, rather than being part of the heartland Roman soldiery. So we have here the Macedonians, hoplites and pike phalanxes plus powerful cavalry. So they still go about things the way Alexander did, with the hammer and anvil tactic. And so now here we go to the Egyptians. So obviously the Egyptians as well were ruled by one of his generals. Egypt went to Ptolemy, which is one of Alexander's generals, and he created the Ptolemaic dynasty, of which Cleopatra was the last surviving member, I believe, or last member of the Ptolemaic dynasty that actually ruled Egypt. There we go. More often than not, Cleopatra. Yep, there you go. So we have here Egypt, but yeah, I don't know. The game visually likes to portray them as ancient Egyptians, just because it's a nice flair visually. But by the time of the game, so 270 BC, the fact that they were integrated into the Hellenic fold means that the composition of their armies and the way they fought was sort of standardized, you know, in terms of the pike phalanx and sort of cavalry, hammer and anvil, Alexander type of warfare. So I understand why the developers decided to give the Egyptians a nice sort of cultural flair. But if we talk about how it actually was, they sort of standardized the method of warfare to be in line with how Alexander would fight his battles as part of the, as a Hellenic empire. Immersion broken? Well, I mean, in a sense, yes, but in another sense, I kind of appreciate the developers, giving stylistic edge to things, because at the end of the day, if everybody dressed up as like exactly the same. It wouldn't be as visually appealing. You need to have diversity. All right, so let's go to the next faction. It's another Hellenic faction, and it's the Seleucid Empire. So this is sort of the Middle East, and that kind of area, Persia, that kind of area, stretching out into Bactria and the edges of the Indian subcontinent to the east. So here we go. The empire fragmented, and Seleucia was one of the splinter kingdoms founded by Seleucus, one of Alexander's lieutenants. He also came close to seizing the throne of Macedonia, but was murdered before he could do so. The Seleucids hold the former Babylonian provinces of Alexander's empire. There we go. So Babylon, Persia, all the way up to Bactria. And so essentially what they have is a Greek-Persian empire culturally, taking on elements of both Greek, Greco-Roman, Greco warfare, and also Persian warfare. So let's move down to the Carthaginians. And Carthage was founded by Queen Dido, who fled from Phoenicia after her brother killed her husband. So Phoenicia is in the Middle East, around here. I can't remember the exact location, but it would be along the lines of modern day Syria, modern day Lebanon, somewhere in that kind of area along the coastline. And the Carthage was originally a Phoenician colony, and it eventually got so big and prosperous thanks to its prime location and trade with other groups in the area that they were able to expand and become a mercantile empire in their own right. A Phoenician colony that outgrew the parent, right? I should really be reading these descriptions before I just mouth off. And is this wealth, mastery of trade, and expansion along the Mediterranean coast towards Italy that brings Carthage into direct confrontation with the newly rising power of Rome. Yes, and that is essentially where the conflict starts between Carthage and Rome, because the two budding empires fight over dominance and influence in Sicily, and that's where it starts. So you think it's good that the devs added diversity in aesthetics? Fair, yeah, exactly. I think I don't think it's a bad thing. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So now we go here to the Parthians. So the Parthians claim lineage from essentially the Persians. However, they got booted out of their homeland thanks to Alexander. So the Parthians were originally nomads until the 4th century, where they settled near the Caspian Sea. Since that time, the Seleucids have claimed to be overlords of Parthia and sometimes tried to enforce that claim. It's not something that endears the Seleucid Empire to the Parthian kings. Okay, so I'm a bit wrong about their history. The Parthians have the potential to be a great power, perhaps even a great empire, as they sit close to the main trade routes from the east to the Mediterranean. The wealth of the world flows near their lands across the Silk Road, if you will. To the north are the barbarian steppes, peopled by fierce tribes who need to be watched. To the west lie the Seleucid Empire and the lands of Alexander's successors. So Parthia, being formerly nomads, are very cavalry heavy cavalry, horse archers. They gave the Romans a lot of trouble during the time of the empire. So we can see that that's their kind of unit composition. If we go to the Carthaginians, we find out that the Carthaginians, being heavily reliant on mercenaries, tend to have a very flexible troop selection, but they don't necessarily have the strongest troops of any one unit type. So we go to the next one here, people of Pontus. So the Pontic Kingdom. Mithridates was not one of the Diadochi, but a freebooter who saw the chance and took it, an able man who, in the confusion and squabbling after Alexander's death, rode to Pontus with just 6 horsemen and made himself king. You imagine the balls on this guy, Mithridates, and it was also a Mithridates, king of Pontus, who gave Rome a lot of trouble later on in history. But can you imagine In the confusion and the chaos of Alexander's empire crumbling after his death, you take 6 of your boys to the capital of Pontus to say, yo, from now on, from today onwards, we're running the show. And they actually do it. He took 6 guys, he rode to the capital, and he just became king. Just like that. My god. This guy has got some, this guy's got some bronze balls, if you will. Alright, so they have a flexible army of light infantry, phalanxes, heavy cavalry, and chariots. So that's actually a pretty flexible troop selection, though it is lacking on ranged units. So light infantry, it could mean potentially skirmishers and light swordsmen, but they're lacking on archers, which can be decisive. You know, again, having a balanced army is best, but if you're lacking in any one kind of troop type, then, you know, just the fact that you're less flexible could be an issue. So now we go to the Gauls, and these guys actually have a really big territory, starting territory. That said, that doesn't necessarily mean that they'll keep it, you know. The Gauls are a confederation of many tribes who over centuries of migration have expanded their territories, their cultural values, courage above all, and they have fierce warriors and gods aplenty to keep them from harm. So, they're not just simple barbarians, though they are barbarians. Their culture is rich and ancient with kings, coinage, and well-developed trade. Their metalworking skills are superb, and their towns are well organized and prosperous. So, they are, yeah, they're Gauls. I mean, strong close combat infantry, but very limited cavalry. There's not too much to say about them. We also have the Germanic tribes. So the peoples of the forests of Germania are dark and home to brooding gods and brooding people and malign forces. The Germans are like the Gauls, a confederation of tribes. Now, this is true because in Gaulia and in Germania, you know, then they weren't really a unified selection of tribes. They were just a bunch of tribes, and the game has to do the best it can to sort of represent the faction or, you know, the culture as a distinct faction, as opposed to having all the different tribes and, you know, lacking a little bit of you know, gameplay flair, because, you know, there are different Gaulish tribes, there are different Germanic tribes, and they warred with each other just as much as they did with the likes of Rome. So let's go. Let's take a look at the Britons, the Celtics. The Britons come from the same robust Celtic stock as the Gauls. Britons are fierce fighters and terrifying in appearance. Wow. I mean, you know, that's kind of a stealth diss, isn't it? The game is pretty... Well, actually, wait, on that note, it's pretty funny because Creative Assembly, who are the developers of the Total War games, is actually a British studio. So they are British themselves, but I find it funny they say that they're terrifying in appearance because they're essentially just saying that, you know, there are, you know, that the British people are not the prettiest lot, you know? But hey, the game is saying that, not me. The game is implying that. Alright, so the Britons have fanatical barbarian infantry plus swift charioteers. Alright, so that's their sort of unit focus. Now, we go on to the Armenians. For centuries, Armenia has kindled a spark of greatness since the days of its first great empire. It has come under foreign control on 3 occasions. Now, a sophisticated, well-positioned kingdom, Armenia has taken advantage of Seleucid distractions to reclaim its independence. Come on, Britons. Score some fucking battles. Too right, mate. Too right. 8 Gauls, 8 Germans, 8 Romans. Love me, Brits. Love me, Celtics. Simple as. Alright. So, the Armenians, their troop structure would mostly be horse archers, including a cataphract archer, so heavily armored units, to be honest, but very few infantry types. Alright, so let's move on to the Dacians, and they are, I guess we would classify this as Central to Eastern Europe, the Dacians have long been reputed as fierce, ill-disciplined fighters. However, by the recent formation of a democratic military state, they now have the organization to match their expansionist desires. Ah, yes, Falksmen are their signature unit. Close combat infantry, including Falksmen, but very little cavalry. All right. So let's go to the Greek states. Now, it's funny that, like, the Greek states are, they're so low down on the list of priorities compared to, say, the Macedonians and the other successor states. And the reason is because during this time, the Greek city-states were often warring against each other, or, like they weren't really united. And again, for the sake of gameplay, the game does go ahead and skimp on a few things historically, but it's pretty interesting. The Greeks are right to be proud. They are the fathers of democracy and bringers of civilization and culture to the Mediterranean. There are few corners of the world that have not felt the tread of Greece's armies that have been graced by its culture. The world is as it is because Greeks defied and defeated the despots of Persia. That is true. That is true. Alas, times have changed and the Greeks are now confined to their homeland. What remains is a loose confederation of city-states and little kingdoms held together by a need for mutual protection. The same blood that once defied Xerxes still runs in the veins of Athenians, Thebans, and Spartans. Right, so we have some other factions here as well. So we have the Numidians, which is a mostly a cavalry-based kingdom in the north of Africa. The finest cavalry, if not the world. Finest cavalry in Africa, if not the world. So they essentially start off as an ally or potentially even a client state of the Carthaginians. But yeah, their light cavalry are really fierce. By the way, the troop focus for the Greeks is hoplite phalanxes, including the specialty Spartan hoplites, as well as missile support, but limited cavalry choice. Because for like the Hellenic armies, a lot of the cavalry actually, in terms of like the Greek city-states and Hellenic cultures, a lot of training and cavalry just came from Macedonia or like northern Greece, just because of the fields and the environment there. So there wasn't a lot of focus on mounted warfare in the Greek city-states, at least, towards the south. It was more in the north, just because of the environment. It was easier for the Macedonians to integrate heavy cavalry into their armies than it was for the city-states down south. Alright, so let's go to... Now, speaking of cavalry, let's go to the Scythians. The Scythians are aggressive nomads famed for their horsemanship and skill with the bow. Their warrior is so strong that both sexes are admired for their prowess in combat. Female horse archers provide valuable support to their male kin by softening up the enemy with a hail of deadly missiles. So, they're nomads. Dacia has a strong army. I know the infantry is quite strong. If you get the Falksmen, I think the issue with the Dacians is potentially the armor is not too great, but if you can get them in close, they do a ton of damage. Like, they just wreak havoc. So we have the Scythians. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Welcome to the stream, Touchdown. So the Scythians, the Spanish, the Iberians, yes. So what do the Iberians have? Among the Iberian troops, none are more feared than the bull warriors, heavily armored javelin-wielding shock troops. Good mix of fanatic barbarians and organized infantry with some cavalry support. Okay, so that's Iberia, aka Spain. And now we go for the Thracians. Herodotus described the Thracians as the second most numerous people in the world. Wow. And potentially the most powerful. The hardy race has spent centuries under foreign rule, but if the tribes of Thrace can band together, there are opportunities for spoils far beyond Tylos, and perhaps even a chance to prove Herodotus right. what is the difference between the Scythians and the Parthians? Aren't they in the same area? So they're in the sort of same, similar area, but they're two distinct groups. So the Scythians are mainly located, north of the Bosporus and all of that, whereas the Parthians, I don't know, they have a lot of territory up towards here, but I typically think of them as moving from the east, moving into like the traditional Persian and Babylonian territories, so moving into here. That's what I think of when I think of the Parthians, whereas the Scythians I seem to think of as, north of the Bosporus. That's at least how I mentally see it. But I'm not too sure if what I'm thinking is necessarily what's historically accurate. This is just my impression. Okay, so what faction should we start off with? It's been a long time since I've played this game. I don't think I've played this game in about 15 years. So I don't want to start with something too easy, but I don't want to just start off with something hard and then just get completely wrecked, So we'll try and find a faction that has a medium difficulty. So what do we have so far? So far we have the Greeks, we have the Britons, Macedonians, the Egyptians are easy, and the Seleucids. Carthaginians are a bit hard. I think, personally, we'll go with the Macedonians, simply because the kind of player I am, I like to play defensive, so I kind of enjoy the hammer and anvil tactics that the armies of Alexander did partake in all those years ago. So I think playing as the Macedonians might be a good thing for me. I don't know, maybe I'll just get destroyed in the first 10 to 20 turns, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so let's start the campaign, and we are going to be playing as the Macedonians. Now, because we're playing as the Macedonians as one of the successor states, we will not have good relations with the other successor states, but they seem pretty far off, so I don't think that's a problem I have to deal with quite yet. So, let's get right into it.
The Greeks could rule the world. Alexander did. He took a Greek army to the far Indus. There was nothing left to conquer. The world was his. But Alexander is dead. His empire is gone. And so we live in evil days. The free men of Greece have turned on each other instead of their proper enemies, those who envy all that Greeks have done. Alexander must weep if the dead weep. I would weep in his place, but I would also hope. The world turns. What was may come again. The fates still spin the web of men's lives.
Okay.
Perhaps the gods wish Greeks to be great again. Perhaps a new Alexander will take up the sword. Bring order where there is chaos. Remake the world of men to a better plan. Perhaps.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So what they essentially did was they took a lot of the... So each faction has their own video intro with a narrated voiceover and video footage based on their sort of culture. So all of the Greeks have a baseline intro, the Romans have a baseline intro, etc., etc. But it's nice that they mixed in the original footage with some new artwork. So towards the end, when they were showing off like the artwork, that's all new. But a lot of the footage at the start of that cinematic was from the original game, including the voiceover. The voiceover was exactly the same. Okay, so welcome to Total War Rome Remastered, the updated version of the classic Rome Total War. Okay, sure thing. I don't really care about what's new. Okay, so we start off with a few territories here. We have excuse me, Corinth, Larissa, Thessalonica, and Bylazora. Okay, so these are all Greek state acquisitions. So settlements, armies, agents, fleets. Where's the diplomacy menu? Here we go. Ah, that's news. Okay, so I'm just trying to get used to the UI because it's a little different to what it was in the original. So it's faction menu, lists, settlements. All right. The other thing that we have to take into account was that in these games, population was much more of an issue, like much more of a mechanic than they are in the newer games. So I think in the newer games, you only have to worry about growth or whatever, but you know, you really have to worry about population here because the population does go up and down based on your military output. So, you know, you could actually empty out your cities, which, you know, negatively impacts the economy and all of that stuff. So let's use this. Let's use these guys to scout. I'm not too interested in messing with the Greeks. I guess we can make a play for Athens, right? I guess we can make a play for Athens because, like, the Greeks we're neutral with, but if we can take Athens, that would be quite nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my spy and I'm going to build some forces. So we'll go from Thessalonica, Larissa, and we have Corinth as well. Let's see what they have here. That's a pretty weak army, but the city is fortified. So... okay. Okay. Let's actually just take a look at the buildings we have first. Where's tax? Wait. Wait. Where's tax? Oh my goodness. I don't need the advisor. Where's like the faction menu? My goodness. No, definitely not that. Okay, that's... Okay. Trade partners, enemies. So, currently... Oh, wow, okay. So they actually... They streamlined the game. It's gone now. God, I hope not. Here we go. Tax. Okay. Ah, so the AI can just manage it themselves. But... Well, maybe they did. Maybe they did. I don't know. Feels a bit weird. Feels a bit weird. Not gonna lie. Alright. Greek villa. So what can we construct here? Let's see. Stables, barracks. I feel like barracks would be the obvious one just because we are playing as the Macedonians. So barracks seems like a good one. Roads are always good. How much money do I have? Like 4,000. That's not a heap. Roads are always good though. So I think I'm going to go with that. Because, like, what can I recruit at the moment? Right? It's just peasants and light lancers. Light lancers are okay, but I definitely need militia hoplites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a few units of militia hoplites. You can change tax in every town. Oh, okay. Thank you, Touchdown. Thank you. So I guess... How would we do that? Here? No, that's maybe settlement income. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, no, we can just go very high if that's the case. Because we still have decent growth and we still have decent public order. Thank you. I didn't realize. I think that was the case before, but I just completely forgot. Oh, yeah, we definitely can... We can make a bit more moolah here. I mean, I'll keep that high. Just because I want to keep the growth rate above 3%. Bylazora. Just leave it at normal for now. I don't need huge amounts. I think for Bylazora, maybe the ideal thing would be like a trader. A shrine wouldn't be bad, but a trader probably would be ideal. For Thessalonica, you would want maybe roads. Is there like an upgrade to that? Paved roads. That's kind of expensive though. But you know what? Let's... Hold on. With Larissa, I definitely want a barracks. So as I was saying, my plan was to create a few units because I have archer units in Thessalonica, Corinth, and Larissa. I could just get them to get together. All right, let's go to the Greeks and just say hello. Maybe get a trade agreement going. And then I'll create a few militia hoplites and then use that just to siege the town. Because the Greeks won't be able to come through my territory without attacking me. And I believe that my garrisons are strong enough that it could last against them. So the main thing will just be to, you know, get barracks going, get a couple of hoplites, even if they're militia hoplites, and get enough of a force to go after Athens. That will be my first goal. That'll be my first goal. Unfortunately, the ship can't really do anything. The navy. So what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to use them to scout east. So we have Pergamon, and then we go to Byzantium, and then probably up the Bosphorus, and we can see, ooh, the map looks kind of neat now. Map looks kind of neat. All right. I think that's enough for the first turn. We're getting a trader up there. We're getting... Do we need roads in Corinth? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. What about Thessalonica? Thessalonica has... Ooh. Okay, so they already have access to Levy Pikemen. Ooh, Levy Pikemen's really, really good. Actually, let's rely on these Levy Pikemen. So 3 units would be enough. You get 2 archers, militia hoplites, and then maybe some cavalry. Yeah, we can bring a couple. Oh, we can bring the Macedonian cavalry. Hell yeah. We can bring hoplites, those 3 levies, archers, and then we can just siege and sap. That should be enough. That should be enough. All right. Let's end the turn there. That was all right. That was productive. That was productive. All right. Oh shit. Maybe not. All the Greeks are starting to flex. What's going on with the Spartans? All right. Let's talk to the Greeks. Hopefully let's try and get something nice going on with them. Because if we can get at least a non-aggression pact, that'd be good enough. So let's say, actually, trade rights and map information is the usual. Oh, okay. Oh, they don't mind the alliance. We'll just go with trade rights for now. And then, yeah, we'll see what they say.
Generous proposal.
Okay. That's new. That's new. Like the voice acting for that was new, is what I meant. Alright. So I'm getting quite a decent amount of income. Population looks fine. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep it at 3%. Another turn of Levy Pikemen is alright, I think. What's next? Wooden Wall might be good. Wooden Wall might be good. And I'm a bit concerned about Corinth now. Just because the Spartans are doing some shady shit, you know? They're doing some stuff that I'm not a huge fan of. Let's go with paved roads, just so it makes it easier for us. If we go in alliance with them, then they'll have the justification to run over my territory and take Athens. And unironically, that's not what we want to do. We don't want to give them Athens. So we're just going to stay the way we are. Okay, you can go ahead and scout. So these are all independent territories. Okay, that's fine. Go to the spy. What chance does he have to get inside? Oh, okay. He's already inside. Done. Done. Okay. Well, it's a spy mission success. Very cool, very cool. End of turn report. Turn income. Okay, very cool. Okay. Nice, nice. Let's go. Okay, the Dacians. So they want trade rights and map information. I don't really want to give them map information, but I don't mind either, to be honest. So let's just do it.
Thanks.
Let's just be nice. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I was concerned about that. Okay, Thracians as well. They want map information. Let's go for it.
Our thanks.
Okay, so the Thracians are going to take Byzantium. So I am a bit concerned. And what I may do... Do I take it without a governor, though?
Sir, sir, my lord.
Ah, unfortunate.
Orders. Sir.
I may need to, like... I may need to take my army here and then just plant them right there so that the Greeks can't go. Because, like, surely they're not going to attack Larissa. Surely they're not going to attack Larissa. If they will, I mean, I guess I could send my army from Thessalonica to defend me, right? I guess I can do something like that. Right. So, for the time being, I'm just going to use them to camp this area. How bad is... Oh, wow, that's really bad. That's worse than I thought it would be. And because I have no governor, I can't control the taxes. Okay, that was dumb. That was dumb. Unfortunately, I can't undo it. If I could bring him back, that would be okay. And then just leave as the captain there, and then we can recruit. No, we can't recruit mercenaries. Okay. Okay. We can salvage this. There we go. Salvaged. Absolutely salvaged. There we go. That was salvaged. In a very messy way because this won't work properly from memory. All right. Okay. How bad would this be? Thessalonica is still doing all right. 160. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So you guys reinforce. Once you'll get there. Because you can't go past this army now. And you're not going to attack me. Okay, cool. So, did I play all Total War games? No. I don't think I have. I played most of the Total War games, but not all of them. Like, I didn't play the original Shogun. And I played Medieval 1. I played Rome. Medieval 2. I played a little bit of Empire. I didn't play Napoleon. You chose medium difficulty, didn't you? I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. I actually wasn't paying attention, but I'm 90% sure I chose medium difficulty just because it's default. Just because it's the default. Alright, so... You know what? You know what? We could take this army right now. And this would be enough. Just give him like an extra set of archers. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. Technically don't need all the lancers. Yeah, we should be fine. I mean, it's a walled city, but then we can just use sappers, right? Oh no, we also have the spy. Also have the spy. Alright. Let's take our diplomat and let's run him around. Let's... Map information first. Map information first.
Would you consider...
No.
Would you consider...
Alright, never mind if that's the case.
Until next time.
I don't want to give 1,000 denarii. Right, Apollonia. Oh, wow. The Romans are moving quick. Look at the Brutii. They're already here into Epirus. Holy shit. End of turn. Yep, okay. Cool. Cool. Now let's focus on a bit of buildings because we have the capacity to build a little bit more. So I want the wooden wall, and I also want a barracks that necessary. First I want roads. I personally like establishing roads whenever possible, and I guess Governor's Villa would be good here too. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. They're still in construction. Let's
Ready to sail.
move up here. And yeah, I think that's it for this turn. Alright. Oh, Greeks are in my territory. I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Alright. Alright. What can we do to defend ourselves? Just create one militia hoplite? That might be enough though. Because there's only 4 of them there. The Antigonus is just gonna stomp actually. So that should be fine. Right. Alright. Athens time.
Destroy them.
Destroy them.
Begin the siege.
Alright. Available build points is 153. I like sapper points just because they open up the area. So I'll go sapper, and then we'll keep the siege going as is. Settlement has enough food. Yeah, spy failed to open the gate, so that's fine. We'll keep that going as is. Coming of age. Ooh, nice. Where is he? Okay, target. There we go. Thessalonica. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, I get a governor just when I need one. Convenient. Very convenient. Alright, this music's pretty cool. City barracks. Now I can get some really good pikemen going. Trader might be nice. To get the population growth. No, we'll go with the barracks. We'll go with the barracks. 1 turn to completion. So Larissa's not building anything? Let's rectify that. Just build more roads. Just build more roads. Trader is good too. That's still building. Alright, cool. Let's end the turn here. Okay, Greeks. Okay, good. Like, I'm concerned about this army, but I think I have enough here that they won't challenge me now. I guess we can talk to the Brutii, say hello. You know, we can just, trade rights.
A most generous proposal.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, What about map information?
A most generous proposal.
Alright, they're fine with that, if that's the case. Alright, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we can try and go for the siege. Like, we can try and assault them. And I think that's actually what I want to do. I think that's what I want to do. Let's go for the siege. We only have 2 sapper we only have 2 sapper points. That's probably not ideal. But then yeah, not ideal. We'll do it next turn. We'll do it next turn once we have... Oh, spies open the gates. No. Okay, let's do it now. That's YOLO. Assault. It's time. Oh, hell yeah. The soundtrack for these sorts of things are pretty cool. I have to admit. Alright. Let's get right into it. It's very cool. Very cool music. Spartans do not ask how many, but where they are. Alrighty then. Let's get right into it, shall we? Let's get right into it. Okay. So here we go.
Today, we look for a victory worthy of Hercules himself. This is a mighty
I love these
task, but
speeches.
we
These speeches
men
are so
enough to
good.
do it.
Alright, was that it though? Surely there's more.
And before
There we
this
go.
battle starts, just remember, they are more scared of you, O noble Greeks, than you are of them.
Very nice. I think, you know, what I like about the speeches here in this game is that they dedicate the... Oh no, that reset my camera. I like that they dedicate the, like an opening sort of cutscene to it, you know? So it's before you start, you know, messing around with your troops. Whereas in Rome 2, they do it as like part of, you know, the fighting or whatever. So it's quite easy to lose your... Oh wow. Oh wow, they retextured this. This is new. This is a new look. But I you know, I just enjoy the fact how in this game they set aside sort of place for you as the... Set aside a place for you to listen to the speech. Is pretty much all I wanted to say. They set aside a way for you to listen to the speech as opposed to being stuck with, you know, trying to catch the speech at the start of the fight and then you potentially missing it. And that's all I wanted to say. Alright, so we have access to the gates, right? The gates are open, but I don't want to risk like getting fired on by a lot of arrows. So essentially what I want to do is I want to take a couple of units. So let's take a couple of hoplite militia because we got sappers there. Where's the other sapper? And we got sappers up here as well. So we're going to take these 2 units. And then they're going to go ahead and get rid of these particular walls. Once the walls are gone, I'm going to move in with my militia and hopefully clean things out. Meanwhile, thankfully I've got archers. So what I can do is I can just put them like there. Or maybe there or something. And then if the enemy ever decides to come out, then I can just smack the shit out of them. And then we have militia line. Now the good thing about the general is that they can... I'm pretty sure they can dismount, can't they? Can they? Surely. Oh, I guess they can't. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that's not so great. But they're still pretty strong. So let's start the battle. Okay, so... Oh, yes, I love this music. So, I don't think this is in Rome 2, but you're going to see something cool. So, there's a mechanic here called sapping. So, if you spend points to put time to it during the siege, then what you can do is you can create sapping points. And so, your soldiers will dig under here. They'll dig under here and destroy the wall. So if these peltists don't move, they're not going to have a good time. So these guys are going to actually dig under and then create a hole right at that piece of wall. So they're not going to have a good time if they don't move. And they're patrolling. Okay, cool. This is good. I think my phalanxes are in a pretty comfortable spot because they can be supported by these militia hoplites. And then I've got archers as well. So if I can get them into the city safely without having to deal with our towers and projectiles, then I can maneuver my archers in and essentially outflank their militia hoplites because they don't have too much. Oh, they've got some here actually. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not too concerned because I'm not even taking that gate. I'm essentially just using the sapper point because you can see here they've already gotten to the wall. They're already digging. They're digging. Okay, the peltists have come off the wall. Very good.
Digging beneath the walls. Soon their stones will mark enemy graves.
I mean, not good for me, but actually means that I have a pretty easy way in here, because I can just use these guys to march up and then take this gateway, because I can march them into here, into the gap, and then we come up through the gate, up through there, and during all of that time it's protected from fire from these peltists. So the hope is that I'll be able to, you know, easily get through. Actually, no. Just leave them there. It'll take a while before the wall completely comes down, but it'll come down. Alright, now they're moving guys there. But these guys are only peasants. I know that sounds mean to say. Oh, they're only peasants. They're nothing. Plebeians. No, but, you know, they're the generic villager unit. They're the weakest combat unit. Oh, okay. So that's a change in the Remastered edition, I guess. I didn't notice it, but... So, in Rome 2, I think Shogun was the first, or maybe Empire was the first. Once they moved to the new engine, they were able to get a different look for like the individual units. But in the original Rome Total War, everybody was a clone of each other. And that's just because at the time they didn't have the technology or the dev resources in order to make everybody an individual unit. But you know, it's nice. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Wall's cracking. But it's nice that they were able to, you know, for the Remastered edition, they're able to, again, diversify the units a bit, just so that it looks a little bit nicer eye candy wise. Oh wow, it shows you really are a journo AI. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but you know, I'm simply just reporting on the truth, if you will. Alright, this wall is coming down. Look at that. Look at that. Big holes. Oh, man. Oh, these guys are getting smacked by the wall. That's why. You lose troops? Yeah. Hopefully I won't lose any from this area. Alright, the AI is sort of bugged. But, I might... Okay, cool.
The mine is complete and the wall has collapsed.
Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna give that up. Yeah, I can't really do much from there. Here we go. Here we go. Because what they got Peltist and the light infantry, but they're not gonna match up to these guys. And even though the tower is attacking me, it's not too bad. And then what we can do is we can start to move these guys in. Alright. Move in, guys. And then once these guys come out, they can join them, but they're a bit tired. So understandable if they can't. Okay, this tower from behind. Wait, actually, no. Better to grab this tower first. Get in there. Oh, is that AI like... AI is like hyper broken. Well, I don't know. It's also me just being bad in general, but I'm not too happy with how this is panning out. What the hell? I'm not too happy with that. Alright, well, they'll still mow through the peasants at least.
Have gone well. The enemy walls are now undermined.
I'm not happy. Not happy, but they'll get there in time. These guys are nearly okay. Alright, they're nearly done. And it looks like the Peltists are unable to do too much. Okay, I'm losing a lot more than I'd like. Still, we're... Oh, they're routed. Okay, cool. Alright, let's undo. Just get in there. Now these guys are tired. Not a fan of how I've lost these guys. Not a fan at all. Okay, these guys aren't too bad at least. Yeah, the rebel tower there is just really annoying. Is the AI like not... I just wonder how... they'll approach this. Because it's like... Hey, at least go up there. Please go up there. Okay, cool.
Gods! Our soldiers have done well this day. The walls are taken!
Hey. At least we got that. Move in. It's not the end of the world. We've lost a lot more units than we should, but again, not the end of the world. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. Finally. Yeah. They're finally coming through. Okay, good. We can still salvage this. Militia troops. So they've got 2 militia troops left. Well, we can salvage this pretty easily. Alright. AI is not handling this well. AI is not handling this well at all, I'll say that much. Could be guard mode as well, that's cucking me. Alright, finally. There we go. Okay. Now we get the archers in. Yeah, this should be fine. Because the AI is pretty passive here, to be honest. And what we can actually do is just use the archers to pepper the walls if we need to. Hey, what are you doing? I mean, they're not going to do much damage, but it's a matter of, like, the morale. Yeah, so they've already gone from shaken to wavering just like that. They're not going to pick up a whole bunch of units, but a couple of volleys should rout them. And then once they get routed, they're just going to get butchered by these guys here. Okay, getting close. Okay, cool. Yeah, broken. Alright, they're fighting to death. Let's stop. No need to continue wasting ammo on that. Alright. So. What's the straight way? So I guess... Okay, through here. Seems pretty straightforward. They might defend the gate, but then I can just take the plaza, you know? Right. So with these hoplite, there's no need actually. These guys are gonna die, and then I can just send these guys to take over the 2 towers there. Once they take over the 2 towers there, I can just move people through here. I should be fine. Pretty straightforward, and Athens will be mine more or less. Once. Oh my god, that's a. Oh man, that's not the cleanest way to die, I'll say. A fall from grace, if you will. Alright. We got what they needed. Now let's move them all the way there. And if they move them... If they'll properly acknowledge it and not get stuck, then what happens is that they'll be able to take both towers. Because even if they get fired on, they'll take the tower before anything happens. Yeah, tower's taken. They'll take this one. And then I can move my units through here. Maybe I'll take... maybe I'll take these 2 while I'm at it. I'll move my units through here. I can mass here and then make an assault for the town square. So that will be where I go from here. Sick music. Legit. Alright. Alright, cool. Alright, now you can just go through here. Alright, just walk. Don't need them to go fast. Alright, archers. You can also just mass here. Don't need to go fast. But okay. Okay. I was wondering why that wasn't working. Alright, these guys took all the towers. Very nice. Now make your way here as well. Alright. Cool. 3 militia troops. That's not going to be enough to stop me. Not going to be enough to stop me. Actually, just capture this too. While we're at it, just capture that too. Because that gives an out for my horsemen. Actually, no. Don't need for that, to be honest. Alright. Everybody over here. There we go. Let's speed this up a little bit. Yeah, I don't want the archers to be too exposed, so just leave them where they are. Okay, they're not going for it. Okay, cool. These guys are all massing in this area, which is good. Yeah, these pikemen are a bit slow. Let's get them there immediately. Oh. Oh, they're massing. Alright, hold on. What are you guys doing? Alright, fine. You go here. You're all split up. You guys are pretty okay. Let's move you to here. Not ideal. But, like, I don't really have a huge choice. Right. And we need all of them to sprint. Alright, they're all sprinting, which is good. Right. What am I doing? Get in there. And then you get in behind them. There we go. They can start shooting. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright. There we go. Now we're okay. Yeah, that's not great. But these guys are not going to win the one-on-one. Especially if I can I can wrangle these guys there next to them so that they have overlapping formation. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the one. Alright, they're already routing. Very good, very good. I didn't even have to do anything. Smooth enough. I mean, I lost 2 units, which I didn't need to lose. But, you know, not really in doubt, which I'll take. You know, I'll take that. And... oh, if they're going to do a loop where they keep coming back and then fleeing and then coming back, I'll happily take that. Because it means that they're just wasting a lot of their units. While my units here, the hoplites in formation, can get a bit of a rest. And where's my other troop? You guys are all over the place. Holy cow. These guys are... AI is broken. They're all over the place because they're stuck inside this tower. Okay, these guys are a non-factor. These guys are a non-factor. Okay. So, it's nice to know after 15 years that AI is still broken. Yeah, so these guys are just in a nice loop of going back and forth, back and forth. They're trying to make it to the battle line, but they're constantly losing morale and then breaking. Okay, good. Which means I actually have more than enough space, excuse me, to move my cavalry here. I think if these guys get shot down by like the gate, I'm gonna crack a fit. If they get shot by the gate, I'm gonna be pissed off. Just say that much. Yeah, see, look, these guys are losing numbers. They've lost almost the entire bunch of them. And obviously I haven't lost anybody there. Yeah, they're never gonna make it. Look at them, they're routing again. Alright. Nice, nice, nice. They're getting some good kills. Ah, oh, fuck, they are shooting at me. Oh, okay. Then we gotta be quick. Actually, no. This is a bad idea. I thought that if the towers are unmanned, they don't shoot, but I guess they do. I gotta get them out of there. I don't mind losing some men as long as I don't lose important people, you know? So I don't mind if I lose horsemen because they'll just replenish afterwards, but that's a little frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. A little frustrating. Like, as long as my general doesn't die, it's whatever. Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Alright. So these guys are just outside. Let's hold on. Let's hold off. And then we'll wait for them to get closer to like here, and then we'll let loose. Yeah, because it's really not the whole stack. Alright. Now they're getting close, and now they're gonna get smacked. Yeah, routing already. There you go. Nice, nice. That's a good volley. Okay, that was a very good volley. That's exactly what I was hoping for. Cool. Okay. Now, I can take these guys and force a position here. Because by doing that, if I force the position there and I force these guys to get involved, actually means I can place archers here and then just pelt them. Because these two militia hoplites are not going to break through. The other thing that's not really mentioned is that once those guys commit to a fight here, I can bring my general and then wheel him around if he fits through the streets. Which is probably not possible. Alright. There we go. Move my archers over here. So the AI is there's still a lot of inherent bugginess with like how everything works collision wise. Never change. Creative assembly never change. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool. I think, yeah, this should be close to wrapping it up because my archers will be in range. So it will, well, I think they'll be in range. They'll be close to be in range, which will force them to move. I'm hoping so, at least. And then once that's done, I can just move my horsemen into the open field here and then charge them from behind. And then once that happens, then it's over. Wow, just out of range? No, they are in range. They are in range. Okay, we can do this. Once they stop, they should start shooting. Yep, here we go. And they have to commit now, otherwise they're just gonna... Oh, well, they're shooting at these guys. They'll be done. Yeah. There we go. Now these guys have to commit now. There we go. Oh, right as they're turning around. Perfect. Perfect. Right as they're turning around. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, what the heck? Why? What? Why are the archers in front? That's not what I'm... What are you doing? Okay, these archers are fine, but the other ones are like, why are they in front? I guess it's good bait, but not what I'm after. Nice. Nice. I'm not getting a lot of hits, but every hit is worthwhile, you know? Every hit is worthwhile. Because it forces the unit to actually commit to pitched combat. And they're not going to beat pitched combat against my massed stack. Simply because the pikemen have more reach than the hoplites and more defensive stats. Meanwhile, they're also getting pelted to the side here. See, like, okay. If we take a look at this, this is one of the advantages of pikemen over hoplites. So if we take a look, we can see the reach of the spears is way longer with the levy pikemen than they are for the hoplites. Meaning that these guys are going to get crushed before they can get close enough to attack. Like, they can get some good hits in, but it's not going to be easy. Like, they're at an inherent disadvantage. Meanwhile, they're getting pelted by the side. See, look, these guys are already attacking. These guys haven't closed in enough in order to start attacking, and they're already losing men. So they're going to go down pretty soon. Now, so you see that guy like attacking, but we have a whole 2 rows of guys that are just smacking people down. So I may lose men here or there, like that guy just went down. But these guys, like I've lost like, what, 5 guys? And these guys have lost like, what, 50? So it's very one-sided. There you go. They're routing.
Now he flees the field like a coward.
Flees the field like a coward. And then the archers are just going to mop them up. And the good thing is that because the archers are in range, they're actually going to bait these guys out. So they're going to attack these guys and force them to commit next. And if I can get them to commit... Oh, these guys are done. Yeah, if I can get these guys to commit...
The enemy general flees. Press forward, So
then
the
we get the
spirit of
general
his
there.
army is a broken tool.
And there's actually a good chance that this hoplite formation is probably going to die before my general even gets there. But, you know.
Gods be
Oh,
praised!
nice.
The enemy general is dead.
Nice.
Men know their doom approaches.
Very cool. Very cool. Alright, now the archers are going to like smack these guys around. And then now we have the cavalry navigating streets really awkwardly because of how the AI works in this game. And it's the archers are forcing these guys to commit to a frontal attack. Because if they try and reorganize to prepare for the cavalry, then they're just gonna face a whole world of trouble with archers attacking them from behind. So they have to move towards my formation, and yeah. Like, it's a very slow, lumbering battle. But that's a lot of the early game, and that's also generally how I play. Like, I play very defensive. I inch forward rather than committing to all attacks. And when I commit to like loose attacks, then it gets very messy, as you saw earlier. So this is more my speed, you know, grinding enemies down until the last man. Yeah, these guys are done. They can't properly commit. They're done. You know what? Okay. So you know what? I'm gonna keep them there. Here we go. I'm gonna try something. Oh no, they're already routing! Wait a sec. What are you people doing? Oh. Are they trying to make an attack on the general? Oh, if that's the case, they're just gonna fucking kill him. Okay, once that loses, they'll lose like 10 guys. Yeah. Like, I still don't want to go in a full frontal attack, so we'll go here. What the hell is the AI doing? But just the fact that they're losing so many men just to try and, you know, keep up with my cavalry, pretty good stuff. Because what we can do is actually just like run across to the side and then bait them in. Running circle. Oh my god. Running circles around them in a very literal sense. What are you doing? AI, please. You're ruining my plan. Alright, cool. That's fine. Alright. This is so silly. This is Rome Total War AI in a nutshell. They're slowly chasing this group of horsemen around in a circle as my archers are peppering away at these guys. Very nice. Very nice. Thanks, Creative Assembly. And this guy's just running after them too. Thanks, Creative Assembly. Very cool. Very cool. Oh shit, they're out of ammo. Oh no. They're out of ammo. Ah, whatever. Whatever, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. I know I'm gonna lose more horsemen than I should. But like, I'm fucking going for it. Whatever.
Your gallant general has fallen and caused his troops much heartache. Much better to have lived.
No! What a reckless suicide charge! Oh no! Oh no!
Worthy of Greeks.
Oh, anyway. Anyway, the battle's over. That was wildly unnecessary. That was wildly unnecessary. Oh no. Anyway, that was my faction leader too, so that's a big F. But I don't know. Sometimes they revive. Sometimes they weirdly revive. I don't think this will happen, but I've had situations in previous games where they will come back to life. But no, I don't think he comes back to life. He dies, unfortunately. All right, so I think we just occupy for now, simply because we're not in need of a huge amount of money. So we'll just occupy and we'll take the income. That's okay. And we'll go ahead and repair. Oh, right. We don't we don't have a governor. So we can't manage the territory, can we? All right. That's fine. That's fine. We currently have Okay. We have three governors. Larissa, Thessalonica, and Bylazora. Now, we definitely want a war for Bylazora, and I think roads would be good. Roads are always good. Okay, they're building roads. Larissa's also building roads. Athens. Unfortunately, oh, no, we can build. Let's repair. No. Roads, yeah. Basic roads. And then a militia barracks. And I don't know. We'll consider a temple at some point later. As for here, we've finished roads. We've finished our roads. Militia barracks seems okay. Corinth kind of needs... Yeah, Corinth kind of needs additional people. Oh, we do have a governor here. So if that's the case, let's just get like an extra dude. You know what? Militia barracks, no. I'd rather get something that gives public order. So something that gives pretty good public order in terms of value. You get good value out of the shrines, so the religious buildings. You get good value out of that. So I would say Shrine to Zeus would be... Shrine to Zeus. Yeah, Shrine to Zeus. And for the time being, we can scale the tax down. Just a tick. Okay? And I think we've done what we needed to. So this turn is fine. This turn is fine. New faction heir. Okay, cool. I think we're solid. Let's end the turn here. So the Romans take over Apollonia, but that's fine. I'm okay with them. And the Greeks, now that I've taken Athens, realize that they have no reason to be in my territory anymore. That said, I don't mind striking an alliance with them, simply because I want to expand my territory east. And I'm a bit concerned that fighting the Greeks, Sparta, and Thermon, probably not ideal. Oh, maybe I should just take them on. Oh, whatever the case, I will need a few turns to recuperate what's been happening, you know? I will need a few turns regardless. Now, I kind of want to have an alliance with Rome. At least with the Brutii. And the reason I want an alliance with these guys is because I know they'll be taking on the Greeks. So, you know, if I can weasel in and grab Sparta, I'm okay with that, you know? I'm okay with that. The classic Macedonian diplomacy. So, let's propose an offer of friendship.
We see no benefit to us.
Okay. Okay, I guess not. I guess they don't like me. Sometimes it happens, but every time it happens, I die a little inside. So let's adjust the tax rate. We can adjust the tax rate. Not high. Not very high. Maybe high is fine. And Bylazora, I think, is I don't want to auto manage, so I think we can stick it at very high. We'll be getting good income this turn, and that will give us the capacity to build a few more buildings. So yeah, okay, we got, yeah, Corinth is pretty good. Suez isn't bad. Though I personally believe all of these are good. But I'll take militia barracks. I prefer building up military whenever possible. Roads. Always roads. Alright. Let's go next turn. Oh, wow. The Romans are really going straight up. Oh! 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 Are they declaring war? They're declaring war. Okay, it's on. Oh, wow. They're going for multiple towns. Okay. Okay, so one thing to note here is that in the original Rome, you could not manually control naval combat. Naval combat was entirely directed by the AI, and because they added naval combat to like Rome 2, I was hoping that maybe they would have it, but because this is just the remaster of the original game, you can only resolve naval combat via AI. Clear defeat. I mean, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. I'm getting swamped here. Getting swamped. The Greeks are after me. Here I was thinking, oh, you know, maybe I could be friendly with the Greeks and, you know, we could help each other out, but no. Clearly, the Greeks are after blood. In which case, I really do need to build up Larissa. This army's not gonna... Okay. Wait. 4-8. Oh, wow. That's really bad. That said, I do need to break the siege. Like, I'm pretty confident I can smack these guys. Especially because I've got cavalry. Yeah, this is like 3 peltists and like 1 archer unit. I could just smack it with my cavalry. I got heavy cavalry. So I'll do this one first. Hold on. How do we...
My lord,
there we go.
attack!
Alright. So, let's defend Athens. We're defending Athens. Hell yeah. Okay. We must uphold our Hellenic culture by slaughtering people of the Hellene. By slaughtering Greeks. We must defend Greece by killing Greeks. Okay. Now the good thing is that like we're actually inside walls, but like we can just camp archers. Like I've got 2 archer units, so there's nothing stopping me from just camping them there. There, yeah. I can just camp the archer units right there, and then I can take my cavalry units and then just place them on the outside, like by gates here, and then move them outside. The game would let me. And then just put like... let's put these guys by the city square. Because like if the enemy gets to here, then it's already over, you know? And then you put like a token Eastern Macedon build. Wait, what does that mean? Macedon build? Based? Well, based on what? What are you talking about? Alright. So, if I can properly wrangle the AI into like doing what I want, then I can... Oh, maybe they stopped that degenerate strategy. I can put them right by the door. And it makes it incredibly difficult for... Oh, if these are for hoplites, then it would be so much better if I got the phalanxes to do it. Alright, so let's put the pikemen here. And then just by having the pikemen there, if they for some reason decide to make their way through the gate, it makes it incredibly difficult for them. The good thing is that I can keep my oh wow. Okay. I can keep my infantry either behind the walls or safely tucked away in the city square. And then I can just take my cavalry off to the side. Start the battle. And then use it to run down. Because these guys are just light infantry, light peltists and all of that. So it looks like they're running across to attack my cavalry. But I don't even really mind that. Because what that means is that if they're going to be so careless... Wait, where are they going actually? Yeah, no, if they're going to like try and take on my cavalry in the field, I can just move my archers accordingly. Where are they going? Oh, are they running to the corner of the map? Wait, this is like a degenerate player strat. Well, like you run to the corner of the map and then you just stay in your hidey hole. Oh my goodness. Alright, nah, screw you guys. I'm chasing after you then. That's the case. Come on, archers. Like, you can try, but I'm gonna get here pretty quickly. And once my cavalry is in position, there's not a whole lot you can do. Because I'm just gonna get right in behind you. It's like, look. They're archers and peltists. Like, really, what are you guys gonna do against heavy Macedonian cavalry? What are you gonna do against Macedon's finest? Like, yeah, okay, you're gonna hurt. But I'm gonna mow through you. Like, yeah, those archers are gonna hurt. But, like... you better be in skirmish mode. Because I'm gonna just overwhelm you. And just destroy this unit. Like, look at this. 1, 2, 3. They've lost more than half of their units already. And they're routing. They're routing. I'm charging them with my cavalry and they're routing. They're gonna pelt them with stones? I don't know about that. Because, like, if you ask me, you know, they're not exactly rocking the heaviest firepower right now. Like, look at this. Oh no! They took down one of my horsemen! At the cost of half the unit. Okay. Alright. Yeah, they're done.
The gods have filled the enemy general with fear. Now he flees the field like a coward.
Good. Good. Well, that's what he was. Okay, so just to illuminate a little bit, the way the game works is that you have a dedicated attacker and you have a dedicated defender. And what happens is, oh, these guys are still around. All right, if they're with
The gods be praised. The enemy general is dead. His men know their doom
nice.
approaches.
So you have a dedicated attacker, or I really need to wipe out as many of these guys as I can before before they go. You have a dedicated attacker and a dedicated defender. And what happens is that the attacker has to kill or has to win the day in order to, like they have to make the move. Because the thing works on a timer. The battles work on a timer. They work on a 1 hour timer by default, I think. And so if the defender can stall out for that 1 hour, then they automatically win the battle. So the attackers need to take the initiative and obviously attack, right? And so what happens is that what you can do is sort of cheese the AI. If you're the defending party, you can run to a corner of the map where it's well defended.
Gods be praised.
Yeah, let's take
The
out
enemy's
everybody.
hearts are full of fear,
You can
and
you
now
can
they flee.
run to a corner where it's well defended, where usually you have favorable terrain, and then you can just lame the enemy AI out by defending from a really nice position. And that's what that's what the AI tried to do here. Because I sallied forth, I was the one attacking. So they actually tried to lame me out by running to the corner of the map and using it to defend. Now, unfortunately for them, I had heavy cavalry, and their peltists and archers are just no match for heavy cavalry. So my cavalry are fast enough to, you know, get to the enemy, and once they make contact, the battle is over. They have no chance. So,
Victory
there we go.
for the gods, a day of triumph to mark with a song or two.
You've clearly won the battle. Hell yeah. Very nice. Casualties inflicted 17. Yeah, there's only 15 of them left, which is quite nice. And the reason that's quite nice is we want to reduce the amount of troops they have available, you know? Because it's not just about breaking the siege, it's about ruining their opportunities going forward. So there we go. Yes, they completely got destroyed there. And the reason that's relevant is because, out of curiosity, is because I can actually use this army, potentially, to relieve the siege on these guys. So we can... I think... yeah. We can use, like... let's see. Yeah, we have more than enough. But yeah. Actually have enough for medium tax rate. And then we can build troops. There we go. Okay. So, what we can do is we can use this force now to relieve these guys. Now, these guys will come in on the next turn. But by then I'll be in a really good spot. You know, by then I'll be in a really good spot because I'll have taken over these guys and I'll have these two forces to take on Sparta. And if I can beat Sparta, that would be something. Now, I'll just end up besieging them. I'm not going to try and kill them outright. So, let's attack this captain. Okay, army will be under direct command. Okay, cool. See, like their hoplites are strong, but they only have two, right? So I've got a huge numerical advantage. So I can relieve both sieges for this turn, and I can combine the armies, and that will allow me to project power onto what's the Spartan region called? Well, the region surrounding Sparta, because they have a general there. There we go. Got a general. Therefore, we have a speech.
But we are facing battle and we will not stop until our dead foes fill the field. There is no shame in being scared, but fear should never be your master. Now cheer, you children of Zeus, and sound the advance!
Very cool. Very cool. Alright. Alright, so this is my initial army, and then I'll have a relieving army. They only have two units, right? So essentially, I have a massive advantage just because I got ranged units to pelt them with. And then I'll have cavalry units to flank them with. So the idea is very simple. Very simple, alright? I'm playing Macedonia. I'm pretending to be Alexander. I've downloaded Alexander into my memory banks because I've written a couple of articles about him. And I'm going to pretend to be him, alright? We're gonna fight like a Macedonian army. Where's... Wait.
But are they in time to take part in the battle?
Where are the Greeks? Oh, they're over here. Okay. Cool. Alright. It's time. We're gonna pelt them from long range. We're gonna pin them down with our pike phalanx, the anvil, and we're gonna wheel around and hit them with the cavalry. The hammer and anvil, let's go. Now I've got extra troops here if I need it, right? These guys will complement my formation. Now, obviously, being hoplites, they're going to prioritize going for the cavalry. But that's going to be unfortunate for them, because if they do that, that just exposes them to my archers. See? So I'm going to try and bait them. Okay, for the time being, the archers don't do any damage. So I'm going to actually hold off on firing at will. Because I'm going to wait for a better time to hit these guys. Because if I get my cavalry close enough, they're going to want to, you know, I'm going to want to hit them. Alright, let's speed this up a bit. Let's speed this up a bit. Okay. Ah. Now, are they doing the corner strat now? Are they doing the corner strat? In which case, I think it's okay to follow them. Follow them for now. Oh wow, they're running pretty damn fast. They really are doing the corner strat. My goodness. If that's the case, then my archers will just pelt them. Because they have no way around it. Are they running? They're running!
Your victory could not have been in more doubt, and yet the gods finally smiled on your efforts.
Okay, I thought that they were going to do the corner strat, but they just ran. They just ran. Cowardly Greeks. Cowardly Greeks. I thought Sparta was renowned for having brave and courageous warriors, but I was wrong. They are weak and cowardly.
Victory! Praise Ares!
Okay, at least they get to maintain their units there. So that's not a terrible outcome for them, honestly. But thankfully for me, yeah, okay. Those hoplites worth it. They're really expensive. What are my things worth? Are not worth it.
Yes, stratego.
Good thing is that I can just bunk in Corinth now, and that allows me to replenish my units a little bit. Oh well, these guys don't replenish because I don't have the necessary buildings yet. That is building, so it will get there. And now I can increase the tax rate. Alright. Alright. If they try to go for Corinth again, I'll be very confident in my ability to defend it just because of how many troops there are. Maybe not. Maybe I'm better off going on the offensive here and attacking field.
Orders!
Hold on, let's get out of here. I know, unfortunately, that
My lord! My lord!
alright, fine. Let's
Sir!
wait, what? Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I was concerned that, like, the public order would go down, but it just auto-manages down, right? It just auto-manages down. Okay, I'm okay with that.
Sir!
I kinda don't wanna, like, get hoplites, but I think I might. Simply because I'm getting a lot of money, and having an additional hoplite unit might be useful. I don't think the peltists are much value, unfortunately. But having a good hoplite unit just to help counter the Spartan units would be ideal. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Cutting out the army. Whatever. Whatever. Cool. Now you can't go past Corinth. And I'm just going to use this army to take over. Now, these guys could try and do something. Both of those towns are replenishing, so I'm not too concerned. 115, okay. I'll wait a couple more turns. Because, like, the militia hoplites aren't necessarily that strong. Like, levy pikemen are good. So, okay, I think I'm good here. Let's save. And let's go ahead. Siege? No. I already took care of that. Right, let's end the turn. Okay, so they are going for Athens. Not surprising. I think I can afford to keep Athens under siege for a little while longer. Like that, that might be a bit difficult to break. So, what I'm gonna need to do... Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. And how's Thessalonica looking? Not great. That's fine, 90 is not too bad. Okay, I really want to just get this guy out of the way. Alright, cool. Ah, he ran, okay. Peltists. Okay, I don't want to bother with this one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, and this is important because I can garrison in Larissa and move this force out to how many? 2 cavalry units. That's enough. Surely that's enough. Yeah. So we'll go out. Move him there. We can bunk in Larissa to keep public order up. And we can actually go here and relieve the siege. Yeah. Let's relieve the siege. So we'll protect Athens. We should be fine here. Because, like, look, the hoplites and the militia hoplites are going to be strong. But I have enough infantry that we can pin them down. So they'll either have to run or they'll just go down. Alright. Alrighty then. This is fine. This is more than okay.
This is a day for
This is a day for the histories.
Tales of bravery that will be written in the blood of our foes.
Oh wow, it's pretty brutal, pretty brutal language. But look, classical antiquity was not a particular friendly time, you know.
Put fear into the enemy's hearts. Call to the heavens, sons of Greece, and fight with honor.
Okay. Alright, let's start deployment. And what we're gonna do, I'm not even gonna try and move offensively. I'm gonna wait until I get the rest of my reinforcements. Oh, the reinforcements are surrounding him.
Time to take part in the battle.
Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So, if my opponent's smart, what he would actually do is turn around and then go after my reinforcements. Oh, okay. Looks like he's going straight for my cavalry. That's fine. He's going after my general. So that might be a bit rough, but Hold on. Okay, okay. Let's think this through. Let's think this through. So my units are up there. So the ideal route is actually to move my cavalry here and my militia. So if I move my units there, move my units there, it'll sort of pin them because they have to go here to follow me, and then it exposes them to... Yes. So they might split their forces, which is actually ideal because these guys are militia hoplites. I'll have multiple militia hoplites here. They're not going to stand up to them. So that is actually an ideal outcome. And then if I can move my hoplites here and get them to run, that would be ideal. Okay, cool. We can do this. Yeah, we can do this, no problems. So where did the other hoplites go? Oh, they must have disappeared into the grass. Okay, okay, that's fine, that's fine. Ah. Here they are, yep. Okay, good, 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 good. Good. Because they're hesitant to make a move, I've essentially been successful in unifying my forces. There we go. There we go. Now they're forced. Now they're forced. That's a good pin. Because what I can do is I can get hoplites like in this sort of area here. Close in. And then move my cavalry round the back. But I'm not going to do it yet, right? I don't want to do it when they're so close. Right, they actually might be taking the offensive, which is not a bad strategy from them. They're splitting things up. All right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, now they know that there's a bit of a pin here. Because now I've protected my cavalry, then their mobility can win me the day as long as I make contact and force these guys to engage. Nice, 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 nice. There we go. Nice. It's exactly what I was hoping for. Because now I can treat these guys as a unified force. There we go. The reason that's nice is because I can maneuver my cavalry once contact is made. Now, I'm going to lose quite a few guys here because the peltasts are pretty strong. But it's fine. That's fine. Perfect. All right, this is good. This is good. I can use them to like reinforce the worst ones there. So now, yeah, now their hoplites are a bit pinned now because if they move, then they get exposed to all of my hoplites. But then now, I'm in a nice spot to just smash these guys, and then I'll move these guys around the back. So these hoplites can't move. They can't move because if they do, they expose themselves to my formation. And then right here, we can just smack them. There you go. There you go. There you go. Enemy general is routing. Very nice.
Now he flees the field like a coward.
There we go. Very nice. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then, let's actually start combat now. All it needs is just a tiny pin. Hey, where's this one? Oh, okay. Man, if you're not gonna do anything... Okay. Alright, so we can just pick these guys off now. We can just pick these guys off now. Because we can move these guys into position. And then that will actually defend. And it creates, if we can see, it creates a gap right here. And that will allow these guys to run across there and just completely smack them. Right? Oh, wrong group. There we go. See, look, like, these guys aren't really attacking, but it's just pinning them into place. So we have this now with these guys. Because you can see if they try to attack, they'll risk getting entangled there. So that's essentially what I'm trying to do now.
Ready. Hurry.
There we go. No. Almost. Yeah, see? Now you have to run. Now you have to run. But that's fine. I'm okay with letting them go. Because essentially what I can do is just do this. Right? Yeah, they're running. They're fleeing. They're cutting their losses. Because essentially what I can just do is this. Like, look at this. It's a total pin. It's a total pin. And all I need to do is just slowly poke at these guys, you know? Slowly poke at these guys. Like, look at that. There's no way out of that. There's no way out of that. And so we've been able to relieve the siege without really losing anybody. There you go. Because they're done. Like, how do you get out of this situation? Because if they try to run in any direction, they'll just get absolutely steamrolled. There we go. And these guys are running. Like, I don't think I'll be able to catch them. But we can try. You know, we can try. I'll let the light cavalry do it. Rather than the general. I don't want to risk, like, them turning around or whatever. Alright. Let's see if these guys can catch them. It's like, they're pretty close to the boundary. And I'm concerned that they might just turn around and slaughter a bunch of my horsemen, but... yeah, I don't think they'll make it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, like, look at this, I'm fine. I've gotten what I needed. That's tough. That's really tough. Alright. Ooh. Getting close, they might hit them. If these guys are still retreating, and I take a good chunk out of this... but if they get back into formation, it might be troublesome. But, oh, yes, yes! There you go. Okay. Now I need to get out. Now I need to get out. Because if they turn around, I lose like half my fucking cavalry. Right? So, okay, that wasn't too bad. That was close, though. Very close. That was what I was afraid of. To, like, bring them back into the fight. Because this is extremely light Like, these are light lancers. They can't match up to these guys straight up. So, I'm pretty happy with what I did there. I lost 6 guys, which is unfortunate, but they lost like 30. Alright, now that we're drawing again. I think they can get away. But if we can get like another charge and chip more, I'll happily take that, you know? Alright, get out. Alright, they're outing, they're outing. Take them out, take as many as you can. Right. Alright. Alright, only about 15, 18 survived. Nice, nice. That was very cat and mouse, but I'm really happy with how that panned out. Nice. Jesus. Imagine being this line of hoplites, man. Like, that is so rough. Okay, cool. Well, that worked out perfectly. Perfectly. There you go, executed.
The army is in flight. Pursue them.
We'll take that guy out. Yep.
Gods be praised. This victory is surely their work, not that of mortals like us.
Alright. That's very nice. Because, like, the enemy troop quality, especially with their elite, you know, their experienced hoplite unit, did kind of worry me. Because they could actually do a good job of, like, taking me out. But, you know, I did fine. I did fine. Well, they could have done a good job at like holding me in place and then let the pelters do their thing. But I was able to arm wrestle and maneuver myself into a really good position using my superior numbers. So there we go. I've relieved the siege of Athens. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, let's go and recuperate there a little bit. So Athens is in a really good spot now. And what we can do actually is we can take... There we go. We can take a couple of these guys and then just stuff them in Corinth. And that will make... Well, for one, that will allow Corinth to have a much higher disposition. But on the other hand, like the other aspect of it is that... Oh, these guys are pretty strong actually. Armored hoplites. Where's my agent here? I have an agent here, don't I? Agent.
Yes, master.
Here we go. Okay, fingers crossed he gets in there. Alright, he is in there. Nice. Thing is, I don't think I can take on that level of hoplite yet. But if I can beat this guy in the field, then I can siege Sparta. Maybe.
Attack!
Yes. Alright. So with that, I can siege Sparta. And I can chip away at them until they come to attack me. And if they come to attack me, I can just hide in the corner. And, you know, plonk at them. Alright. Very cool. Settlement has enough food to last 5 turns. So, let's just wait things out. Let's wait things out. I'm very happy with how this is going. I've been able to maneuver myself into a really strong position right here. So, I'm happy with that. So, let's end the turn. Oh, wait, what? Like, all of that's fine. All of that's fine. Let's end the turn. Oh no! Are the Romans coming after me now? Okay. So they're going to try and relieve the siege, which is fine. And if we take a look at the AI, defeat is a distinct possibility because they've got really good troop quality. But I can lame them out. I can lame them out and we can win that way. So let's try it. You know, let's try it. Men grow tired of sleep, love singing and dancing sooner than war. I don't know. I don't know, Homer.
Await my orders.
I don't know. Warfare can get pretty tiresome. Alright. Oh, wow. We can see what the... Oh, no. Okay, okay. I was going to say we can see them live, but there's no... There's no massive... There's no deployment stage. They all just come straight for you, which is... which is actually a bit nerve-wracking. Is this fine, though? It's fine, though. Is there like a hill? There's no hills. It's fine simply because... Simply because we can pause. You know, we can pause. Alright. Alright, here we go. Right. Okay, I think that should be fine. Actually, I should put these guys in front, actually. Or like in the middle, where the fighting is going to be heaviest. Right, if they're going to send their shit out one at a time, this may actually advantage me. Because I can use the rams as like a way to divide their formation and just absolutely cuck them. So I'm going to do that, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Why not take advantage of the divides in the rams to just mess with their formation? Why not? Why wouldn't I? Yeah. This should be fine. I think this is okay. Especially if they're only going to send out one unit at a time. I'm a bit concerned though. Look at these guys are going to be strong. So I'm going to have to rely heavily on pinning them down and then hitting them with like archers as well as cavalry. Cavalry is vitally important for this. What are you guys doing? Okay, very good. Actually, very, very good. Okay, please turn to the side and get pelted more. Oh, wow. They got a lot of armor. Right, let's move my cavalry back behind here then. Okay, this is actually going to be a bit rough. I need to entice them into combat. And then move my archers to the side here. There we go. Exploit the AI. Right. Let's stop on that for now. Yeah, I need a couple of good shots against these guys. I just need... Oh, shit. What the hell was... Oh, my God. Okay. This is not going to be easy. I'll say that much. I'll say that much. Okay, okay, okay. Ah! Man, these hoplites are quicker than I thought they'd be. Holy cow. Alright, are they? Yeah, are they? Okay, good. Okay, nice. Okay. Charges worked. Charges 100% worked there. Holy cow. That was so good. See that charge? That's exactly how I'm going to win. If I'm going to win. Because, like, these guys have me so outgunned in terms of troop quality, you know? Shit, like my own Levy Spearmen are breaking here. They're breaking. If I'm gonna win this, it has to be through the strength of my cavalry charging. All right. All right, now is the time. All right, let's get out. I'm losing a lot of horsemen to this because it's right in my formation. But look, these guys are breaking my formation here and they're breaking my formation there. So it's like I really don't have the luxury. I don't have the luxury. I absolutely have to go here now. And like, just take the thing. Because they're actually gonna fucking... They're breaking. My formation is breaking. Ah, shit. They're reforming. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, this is not easy. Alright. Let's... Alright. Let's at least get some kind of resistance going. Okay. Yeah, I need to head these guys off. Okay. Oh shit. This is so... This is so bad. This is tense? Yeah, very tense. Very tense. Okay. Hey, they're routing. Good. If they're routing... Here we go. Ah, these guys are still going. Okay. Okay, I need to hold enough of a line that I can pin these guys here. And then if I can do that, then my secondary pikemen and all of that will be good enough. Just to pin them down. Alright, alright. This is enough. This is enough. I think this is enough. Oh, shit.
Levy pikeman. Pike levy. Militia hoplites. Quickly.
Shit. They're not standing.
Those of us extinguish flame. Kill them.
Oh, shit.
Halt.
Okay. Yeah.
General. Those of us hoplites.
Okay, it's not too bad. Not too bad. I can still salvage this. This is close, though.
Units, double dive.
This is close because the Spartans are 100% never. They're not going to flee. So I need to like use hit and run tactics onto them. Ah, shit. All my guys are fleeing. All my guys are fleeing. I have this mercenary group is really like this mercenary group's my last hope. I have to pin the enemy down using these guys. Oh, these guys. All right, the enemy is doing pretty good here.
Cavalry. Macedon's fire. Militia hoplite. Heavy cavalry. Hurry.
Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, that's fine. That one's going to be the concern. Yeah, that's the concern. So I need to wheel my peltists around and use them to occupy these guys, because these guys are routing. They're done. So these guys can level each other out. I can pick these guys off. Don't turn around, don't turn around. Alright, good. Get out of here. Alright, I can... Okay, now you move there and you move there. Gives me a bit more flexibility. These guys are running now. Good. Okay. Let's smack them before they get there. Very nice. Alright. That's working. Militia hoplites. These guys are routing. Okay, I think I may have this. I still have those troops there if I need them. Right, just kill them all. Just kill the stragglers. Kill the stragglers. Alright, I'm surrounding them now. Flank. Yes! Yes! I'm turning this around! Alright, the Spartans are just getting chipped now. Very nice. Alright, hold on. Alright, it's not necessarily over. That Spartan unit is so strong, they could potentially turn it around for them. Alright, mercenary hoplites, you need to turn around. You need to face them. And the horsemen, you need to get out of the area. Reform. Okay, so we have them pelting them from behind. We don't need fire, we need hits. That's not necessarily good. That's fine though, because he can go there. Here we go. Here we go. I think this is it. They're fleeing, I think. Oh, they're routing. They're routing. I think this is it. There we go. The last stand of the Spartans.
Your general now lies
What?
dead because of his foolishness. His men will lose heart. The gods be praised.
Why are my generals so suicidal?
Oh, their doom approaches.
Why are my generals so suicidal? That was a perfect move. That was a perfect move. Why are they so suicidal?
Show their true virtue. They are not soldiers,
Womp
only
womp.
frightened rabbits running from our men.
Okay. Okay. I'll take that though. I'll take that. That was a really tough battle. I'll take that. Exit battle. Okay. Heroic
This is a
victory.
glorious achievement. Your victory is total. Crushing would be a better word.
Okay. You have crushed the enemy. Unfortunately, my general died in the final charge. But literally everything was, I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. Because I felt like I got out of jail with that one. I feel like I did a really good job cornering the Spartans. But I apparently couldn't finish the job properly. So they still have a couple of soldiers left. Just the faction leader. But look, you know, they're not able to really deal with the amount of troops that have gotten stationed here. Now I have access to proper phalanx pikemen, which is just going to make me even more powerful. Make me even more powerful. It was great movement, but those charges are oof. Yep, 100%, 100%. Well, what is with my generals? Just feeling suicidal. Okay, so I think I'm gonna finish things here. I'm gonna finish things here for today. We fought a great victory. We fought a heroic victory, and I'm really happy with how that went. But my voice is dying on me, so I'm going to pack things up for the evening. But I want to thank you all for coming for the stream, who's ever still left, and especially for the people who did come by. Just want to let you guys know I will be streaming similar times. I don't have a set schedule, so I don't know exactly when I'm going to be streaming, but I do plan on streaming similar times to what I did tonight, maybe a little earlier, probably 8 to 9 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, then leave me a follow and all of that good stuff. But if not, you know, I just hope that you enjoyed what you watched, and if you see me streaming again next time, you'll come along and say hi. So I'll be probably streaming games like Age of Mythology, games like Rome Total Remastered. I also play a bit of Pokemon, so I play a lot of strategy type games, RPG type games, nostalgia type games, honestly. But yeah, I want to thank you all for coming along. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you around next time.